More information has come out about Steve Lawson's extra-marital scandal. Testimonies and social media posts have now emerged elaborating on the nature of the relationship he had with another woman, and the details will shock you. If you remember the last video I posted about this, you'll recall that Pastor Steve Lawson has been removed from ministry due to what he calls an inappropriate relationship between himself and another woman. As far as we knew at the time, Lawson had a crisis of conscience and admitted this sin to the elders of his church, effectively disqualifying him from ministry and any involvement with One Passion Ministries. But according to sources, Lawson did not admit the relationship because of a crisis of conscience. In fact, it is now believed that he was forced to admit the relationship by the father of the woman he was having the relationship with. How the father found out about their relationship is not certain, but it was made clear that if Lawson would not admit the relationship himself, the father would expose him to the elders of his church. This threat prompted Lawson to confess it himself and step down from ministry permanently. Other testimonies have come out about the woman's age, stating that she was in her 20s, making her approximately a third of his current age. It's also believed that Lawson and the, as of yet unnamed woman, had been carrying out this relationship for around 5 years. This is shocking news, considering the fact that Steve Lawson continued to preach during this time, despite the inappropriateness of this relationship.
And in the case of Steve Lawson, I know that this was an ongoing thing. This was a relationship that had developed over the course of years.
I think about 5 years is what I understand.
Yeah, and I've had multiple people reach out to me with the story. It's making its way out there, and I know it's frustrating for a lot of the people who respect Steve Lawson and feel like he's just been erased, and they don't have any explanation. But the thumbnail is that this was a relationship that developed over the course of years with a woman who was in her 20s, and it was it was a compromising relationship. And Steve Lawson did not come forward of his own accord. He was essentially, it was found out, and the father of this young lady ended up going to the elders and telling them this is what's going on. And that was on Tuesday, and then by Thursday morning, everything's gone from a number of different ministry websites.
According to Phil Johnson, who is the executive director of John MacArthur's Grace to You, the relationship has strong romantic overtones, but as far as anyone knows, there was no intercourse involved. Johnson also stated on Facebook that the woman was not a part of Lawson's church or involved in any way in his ministries. As I mentioned before, the name of this woman has not been revealed. It's very likely that her name and identity will not be revealed to the public, as this will greatly damage her reputation within the community where she lives. All we know is that she is significantly younger than 73-year-old Lawson, and as far as we can tell, the relationship has now ended. Still, it should be said that Lawson has severely damaged his testimony before this woman. What does she think about Christianity after something like this? What a mess. Of all the pastors I have followed over the past 14 years, Steve Lawson is the last person I would expect this from. This news has devastated many within the Reformed community across the globe, and all we can do right now is pray for him, his family, and the woman involved. If you'd like to stay up to date about this story and other news in the Reformed arena, be sure to subscribe. Also, let me know what you think about this whole situation. Many people are asking the question, was Steve Lawson really ever saved to begin with? I think it's a valid question, so let me know what your take on this is. Until next time, thank you for watching, and God bless.